like to say all praise these videos. Salakia. I'd like to say all praise is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect out there who's laboring, that's trying to obtain, this corruptible crown, for incorruptible crown, and that's mourning and then weeping because we are in serious times, and the elect, being hopeful members of the elect, we're mourning and we're weeping, right? Because there's a lot of things happening throughout Canada, America, the world. The world is mourning, right? And things is getting real, and this new world order thing is ramping up, so we gotta brace ourselves, brace for impact, because it's the real Hunger Games out here. And this is a video I saw on TikTok here in Toronto at Kensington Market here in Toronto. That's downtown, Kensington Market. And there's a whole bunch of different businesses and shops and stuff, and this is like a marketplace, where you could buy food, groceries, things like that. There's a lot of things in this Kensington Market, and things is rough, here in Canada, here in Toronto, here in the GTA, Hamilton, and the so-called middle class Canadian, the middle class, they're feeling it, right? And a lot of these people are going to the whole, a lot of them is going to the food banks. There's a lot of homelessness here in Canada. There's skid rows here, and I know that BC, Vancouver, that's one of the biggest skid rows. There's blocks and blocks, like Los Angeles, California, skid rows. Here in Toronto, there's a lot of Jake, that's homeless now, and that's been homeless, that's sleeping on the subway, they're sleeping at the TTC, they're sleeping at the Tim Hortons, they're sleeping at the shelter. There's people who's not even they're not even to get a bed, so they're sleeping outside the damn shelter, man. Like the refugees. There's Jake refugees, who's supposed to they're supposed to be refugees, and they're supposed to be housed, they're supposed to have shelter, but they're sleeping in the streets, so shit's happening, man. Things is happening. But I'm gonna play this quick. Making these videos about dumpster diving in Toronto mainly because I want to show you guys it's a viable option here, and yes, you can feed yourself, your family, etc. I actually donate a lot of my finds to the community fridge because I don't plan on or don't need to eat it all. Like I said the other day, I got which is righteous, right? Because at the end of the day, right, there's people out here who's homeless, and like when we were in power, we would we had a system, for the poor of Israel, that if they were less fortunate, that they were able to to eat, certain food, like that was in one of the laws, right? That you're supposed to you're supposed to give them food, you don't have to give them a lot, a lot of but if you have it, you would we had a system, that if a person was less fortunate, that they were able to feed, and and basically this is like real life Hunger Games now, man. Because all these fast food restaurants every day, like after they make their money, that they make their hundreds of thousands, let's say you go to like Tim Hortons franchise, or Popeyes, or KFC, and whatever, or like Swiss Chalet, right? Like by law, they're throwing these stuff in the garbage, right? Which is completely good, right? And they could be giving it to charity or giving it to people in shelters. But Esau would rather throw it in the garbage, man. So that's why you Edomites, man, you're gonna be punished, man, for 1,000 years, because you're completely insane, and and you don't, even when you have the profit to give, it's like you rather to throw everything down the drain. That's why you devils, man, who have the power, man, you guys are gonna be weeping and mourning, man, for 1,000 years, man.
3 watermelons and stuff like that. Also, you don't need to steal, and I do not promote stealing from any of these stores, by the way, because I know that they're throwing it out back, within a few days or right before it expires. And yes, the food is still good. So yeah, don't steal, dumpster dive.
Yeah, so now, they show you that in the Hunger Games. No, not in the Hunger Games, that movie with Demolition Man. That the people who weren't a part of this society, like, they had to go underground, and they had to basically like, they'd have to steal from Taco Bell, and eat rat burgers, right? So basically this is what's happening. I'm gonna show you this too, and I believe it's in I want to show you this, if I could find it. This is Hamilton News. Hamilton. This is the Hamilton News. Then I'm gonna get a scripture.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team in.
This is now, see, this is Drake, Drizzy, right? That's he painted his nails, because he has to do it, man. Otherwise, you're not gonna get your you're not gonna be a part, like, they're gonna take your that they're gonna take your mansion over there in Toronto, on the bridle path in that community there, and your big house in Calabasas, so this shows you what these guys have to do, but I want to play this script.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. I done kept it real.
It can get worse.
Food banks say Hamilton's emergency food system is reaching capacity, and they could soon be forced to turn hungry people away.
Yeah, so, we know that Hamilton is the Masonic capital of Canada. And, you have Hamilton, you have the upper Hamilton, which is the mountain, because there's a mountain. When you go into Hamilton, when you go into downtown Hamilton's, like, you have to go on the let's say if you want to go into the mountain, like, you have to go through the mountains. There are different paths, like, to go onto certain points of the mountain. But downtown Hamilton, there's a Masonic like Masonic temple over there, right there on, I think it's on Queen Street or King Street or whatever. And basically they're they're all this is the Masonic capital of Canada. And basically there's Ancaster there, you have Stony Creek, and they're living very fat, right? A lot of them are there's a whole different types of different lodges throughout there, and pretty much the so-called middle class, right, and the poor, they're catching hell, right? And basically they also have the steel plant, and basically the steel plant worker, they're being laid off, they're not getting enough wage. Things is getting hard to live, the cost of living going up, inflation, housing, to buy a property, to buy a house, or to basically that they want you to be perpetual renter, they don't want you to be an owner, right? And basically this is the whole end goal of this whole new world order, right? And basically they plan on to they already said it, with this whole CBD system, the central bank digital system, that you're gonna be an outcast of this society. So they're showing you this in our face, right? So I'm gonna play this for educational purposes, and I'm gonna get a scripture, and then I'm gonna close. So let's play this.
They've grouped together, asking the city to help address the crisis. Simone Gavros tells us more.
The cost of food, the cost of living, rent, everything, people are just not able to make it without the support of an emergency food bank.
Hamilton food banks are noticing an overwhelming increase in visits and are concerned about being able to keep up with the demand.
We started to see that visits.
And Hamilton's a very demonic place. And Hamilton, basically, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, 80s, they were pushing the cocaine, then the crack, and now it's the heroin, then now it's the fentanyl. So there's a whole bunch of death over there, and they have this whole CDC cameras. There's a whole bunch of different shit that goes on down there. So it's a very demonic portal, man. Hamilton, the Steel City, all these different communities, but especially Hamilton, man, is a very demonic place, and things is rough, and there's a lot of homelessness, because be able to I remember less than 10 years ago, like, you could live in Hamilton, downtown Hamilton or upper Hamilton, and like, you could rent a place, rent an apartment, or you could buy a condo or a house, right? But now it's unaffordable, right? And you have to have, like, if let's say like you don't have like a proper business plan, or it's hard. So if you don't have like if you're not working 2-3 jobs, or if you don't have you're not into like the whole stocks, or the whole cryptocurrency, and the whole basically where you're trading things on the market, and basically like you don't have to really work, you just have a phone or a tablet or your laptop, where it's making you money. Things is hard, man. And so they're making this very very hard to sustain in this society. And I want to get this scripture, Luke 6 verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto them that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. And that's what's going to happen. Because a lot of our people feel like, that they made it in this society. And basically, if you want to make it in this society, you have to bow down and you have to go through these different rituals, all these different degrees, and basically, like bow down and worship Lucifer, worship Satan, and that's what they want you to do, like to be a part of this society, right? And basically, right now our people they're celebrating their here in Toronto, here on the lake shore, they're having all these in the summertime they're having these boat parties, like by the lake here, Lake Ontario, and they're doing all these, they're drinking, they're having all these yachts, they're drunk, they're revelry, like they're into the whole revelry, man. And so you guys, who's living it up, they're like whether you have a boat or condo or whatever, and you're renting, like you're on these yachts, you're partying, you're celebrating, when there's no food, man, like you guys are gonna be the first ones to go in the dumps or like go by the dumpsters where these restaurants are, and you guys are gonna go look for the scraps, so you guys are gonna be like you guys are gonna be mourning and weeping, man, and you're gonna be because we already told you about these things, that's gonna be coming upon the earth, and they laughed at the prophets, like they laughed at the men of Great Millstone, all right, who was out here. All right, the prophets, they're already out here, man, for many decades, the One Westers, and then like basically the men of Great Millstone, they branched off and they did their own thing, right? And they started their ministry, from the 2000s and 2008, then they had the YouTube era, and like they started uploading their videos, and I all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai, that Yahweh Shai, that he opened up my eyes, because I didn't know who the hell I was, man. And I was going to school, and Most High opened up my eyes, because I thought I was lost, but because you had Saw Nether, that they're talking about the whole Egyptology, Kemet, and then Rastafarian, and the Moors, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. What do you call it? So-called like the Malachi Z. York and all these stuff, where the whole Egyptology and the so-called Nuwabians and all these different confusion, man. But Yahweh Shai, man, he opened up my eyes, man. Like to see, who we are, our nationality, all right, according to the Bible, that was stolen, man. But I'm gonna just play this again. Let's go.
Visits had started to climb. I think last September it was 12% over last March. And so here we are 6 months after that, and it's at 40%, which is something that we're just not.
See this? It says, should the name of the 11th federal candidate who reportedly received Chinese funding be made public? Yes or no? So right now, you have the whole Toronto mayor now, Olivia Chow. She's the new mayor, which is, she's Chinese. So this shows you that the Chinese, like they already infiltrated this place, many moons ago, and basically Chinese America, they're in debt, to the whole like the Republic of China, so like that's why they're doing all this stuff. You have Trudeau. He made another deal with the Ukrainians. I believe how much I think 500 and something million again a couple of days ago. So it's basically almost a lot of money, man. A couple billion, man, for the past like from this whole Ukrainian war, man. So this whole thing is just a whole big psyop on the people, and basically, like they're all gonna lose. Ukraine, Russia, America, cause this is biblical prophecy, man. So like that's why all hell's breaking loose. People are homeless, people are fending for food. But I'm gonna play this though.
Able to sustain with our current model.
Karen Randall from Hamilton Food Share says the sector is reaching its capacity.
We may be in a position where programs have to start to limit the number of households they see or turn households away. And obviously, that's not something we want to do.
With cost of living on the rise, food banks in Hamilton have noticed about 12,000 visits being made each month from families and seniors. Randall's concern is that people are faced with a decision to either buy food or pay for rent. So food banks are turning to the city to help find a solution.
Food banks are no longer just about feeding people. We're also providing them with an ability to pay their rent. So we're looking to be engaged.
Yeah, so you see what they're doing? Like they're deliberately like crippling this whole economy, because what they want to do, like they want you to go they're crippling the economy, right? And they want people to tap out and to tap in, right, and to get the whole CBCD system, right, which is a central bank digital system that's going to be implemented in your flesh, right? So they're letting you know this whole agenda, right? And basically you will own nothing and be happy. So that this is what they want, man. This whole new world order, right? And like this is all it's all written, it's all planned, with their whole US dollar bill, right? The US $1 bill, right, which has been like Novus Order Seclarium, which means New World Order, right? And this is what they plan on doing, right? To have complete domain and to have complete power domain. That's why Job 20:4. No, it's not now this of old, since man was created upon earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So all these are the plans of the wicked elite. So I'm gonna play this again.
In the city's homelessness action plan and see if there's a way that there can be funding provided to this system to ensure we can continue to meet this need.
One client has been turning to food banks for over 5 years, which allows him to save in other ways.
Without the food bank, I wouldn't have, let's say, quality food to the end of the month. I mean, I'm not going to starve.
So this is like, people that's who's on ODSP, or here in Ontario they call it Ontario Works or welfare, and basically you only get your money every month, so they want you to be they want you to be dependent on the system, and they don't want you to be independent and be able to stand on your own. So they want you to be dependent, to be docile, right, and to be asking Big Brother for help and assistance, right? So we're in serious times. you know, and we're at the end of their empire, man. We're at the end of their whole like their whole tyranny, you know, because these people are tyrants, man.
Ever, if I don't come here, but I'm not going to eat well. I'm going to eat bread and water.
Neighbor to Neighbor is seeing the increase in demand.
So these people, these people are dependent, man. All right, like these people, let's say they might have a nice a house, or whatever. Like you guys don't even know about about planting stuff in your garden. These people are just dependent. All right, and that's why a lot of you people, man, a lot of you people who are obese, overweight, you know, you guys are gonna be starving, man. All right, and we as the elect, you know, some of us, for the most part, of Great Millstone, we're you know, me myself, I maybe have like 1 or 2 heavy meals for the day. You know, we call it intermediate fasting, right? Because these are things that we always grew up on, all right, that we learned, all right, because that was always a thing of the Israelites, you know, intermediate fasting, right? Because this whole eating 3 meals for the day, you know, that whole thing was set up by you basically use Zionists to make profit. All right, you know, eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, you know, with the whole that whole table, you know, as to how to eat. You know, this is all money, man.
And serves about 1,500 families a month.
It's the most ever in the history of the food bank here.
Clients can get non-perishable items and always leave with produce, meat, dairy, and bread. They can receive...
So all this is like some damn 1984 shit, because the people who run these food banks, for the most part, they're the same small hats. All right, the bankers that run all these charity events and Red Cross and all this, they're the same people, man.
Food once a month, but there's a concern about supply running out.
Yeah, so all this stuff, like all these stuff that they have, all the charity and all the different stuff, but it's like they're laughing all the way to the bank because they want you to be dependent and to bow down and worship them, man. This is a whole control.
About being able to serve the clients, like our philosophy is to not send anybody away without food, and that is a main worry for us, is how are we going to fit in more appointments.
The 16 local organizations sounding the alarm are in talks with the city to address the food insecurity concerns.
Yeah, and all these are a whole bunch of different bad carbs, you know, these pasta and spaghetti, you know, certain, you know, a whole bunch of different shit, like macaroni, all these different synthetic chemical, all the different ingredients, you know. You like, you guys don't really know how to even eat properly, man. You know, but all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai that He opened up our eyes, you know, and that's making us to have a proper diet, you know, a proper nutrient type diet, even though we're catching this hell, you know. But it said that we're gonna eat poison and live, right? Because we're being killed every day, you know, with this water, you know, this tap water, you know, all the different water, you know, plants, you know, with this whole, you have like distilled, you have these spring plants. You don't know what the hell they're putting in this shit, man. All right, you have to bathe in this stuff, man. All right, you're being bombarded by you know, all these different things that they spraying in the air, you know. So we're like, so that's why that Yahweh Shai, He's gonna make a way out of no way for us, man. All right, because they wanna have the whole world under their domain, and to have the world you know, because they already have their blessing, but they want to have complete domain and rule. All right, because Esau wants the ultimate. He wants, like the apostles say, Esau wants to get back his blessing, man. It all goes back to Genesis 25. All right, about Esau and Jacob. Right, Esau wants his blessing back. You know, when you read Genesis 27. Right, Esau wants his blessing back, man. So with that, let's say all praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Mekakwadash, double honors the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect out there. We just gotta stay rooted, and where things is happening, a lot of things happening out here, so we gotta stay in the spirit, man. So with that, let's just all praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.